Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Sardar and I make YouTube videos about my plants. This week's video is my second video for the series that I'm making, importing rare plants overseas, and this week's video will be about how to rehab your imported plants in 10 steps. For this video, I broke down what I did personally to rehab my imported plants into 10 steps, and I will be listing them throughout the video. During this process, I will include pictures and video clips as to how I went with this process, and at the end of the video, I will be including the results of this import process. I received my plants on 5th of March and today is 23rd of March, so it's been around 20 days, 18 days since they arrived. In the first batch, 5 plants have arrived, 5 anthuriums. So if you want to know how this process went for me, then keep on watching. Even before starting, I want to put out a disclaimer saying that I am not an expert in importing plants. As I said in my previous video, that was my first ever import. I just wanted to film the process as to show you what worked for me. It was more of a trial error kind of thing. At least I thought if it works for me, then it's a good advice, and if it doesn't work for me, you'll still know about it and maybe avoid the mistakes that I did. But luckily, it's going okay so far, but I highly recommend you to check on Instagram the story highlights of Power Flower Plant on how to rehab your plants. I think you will find better information over there. This is more like an experiment for me. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So first thing to do is to let the plants sit in your living room conditions for a few hours. I know it's very exciting when your package arrives, you want to open it straight away, but it's really better to just let them sit for an hour or two. And during this 1 hour or 2 hours, you can get ready for the next steps. So that's good for you as well. Consider it, just calm down and wait before opening the package. Second thing that I do was to mix in a huge bowl hydrogen peroxide and water in room temperature. So I mixed 100 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide, oxygen water in 3 liters of water for this purpose, which makes like 3% when you do the math about it. And just put them in water straight away for some rehydration. Third thing that I did was to put them after that in an IKEA box and close the box for higher humidity. Fourth thing that I do was to let them sit in high humidity IKEA box in water completely for overnight. Just let them sit 24 hours, at least 12 hours if you can't, for them to rehydrate after their journey. Fifth thing that I do was to clean the roots completely from soil. I do not like to use the soil the plants come with. This part is going to get controversial because some people think you shouldn't stress the plants even further by cleaning the roots from soil, but that's what I did. Sixth thing that I did was to put them in quarantine for at least 2 weeks. Put them separately from your collection. I put them in a separate IKEA cabinet and let them there for at least 2 weeks. Seventh thing that I did was to apply fungicide immediately to all of the leaves, fronts and backs, because plants that are shipped in a box are extremely prone to having fungus problems. Eighth thing that I did after applying fungicide was to then pot them up. Finally, I put them in pond. This all has happened in 24 hours, by the way. ninth thing that I did for the rehab process was actually a week after the plants have arrived now. I applied pesticide just in case for all of the leaves. I waited 1 week for this because I didn't want to stress them too much, because I applied fungicide after 24 hours, and after waiting for a week, then I applied pesticide. 10th thing that I did was to increase the light slowly and be careful about the water situation. I did not let the pond fully dry during this period, and I increased the lighting level slowly. For example, if they got 2 hours of grow lights for the first day, then I increased it to 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, day by day. I increased it slowly. And that's it. These are the 10 steps that I went through in order to rehab my imported plants. And now we're going to see if it worked or not. I want to start with the most dramatic one, because I think this is a part of the reality of importing plants. This is the second plant that I unboxed. All of the leaves have turned to crisp. I didn't cut any because I wanted to show you how import can be. It looks horrible. The grow point is still intact, so I didn't lose hope completely. But this plant that looked picture perfect when it arrived is now looking like this. And keep in mind that I kept all of these plants in the same exact conditions. And her sister looks like this. It's also losing one of the leaves, but this was heavily damaged as well. That's very much okay for me if it only loses one leaf during this process. And another one, this was the third one that I unboxed. You can go watch my previous video if you want to see how they looked when they arrived. This one is having one single yellow leaf as well, but it's very much in good condition. Yep. So these are the 3 untrimmed Ecuagenera that arrived at the same time. Here is one of the forgety eyes. This was a new leaf growing. It's obviously looking like shit, but I told you, new leaves do not like being shit. Here is an inflorescence, random. Why are you doing that? I don't know. All came from import. 1 went back to dust. 2 are keeping themselves. 1 is giving an inflorescence. And 1 is giving crazy new roots. But yeah, no leaf lost, no nothing. Same exact conditions. Just so 4 out of 5 success rate. It's pretty good for me. I'm sure this one will be okay as well, but it just needs some more time. Maybe 3 months time or something like that. I think I will need to reroot it and start from 0. But yeah, this is also the part of reality of import. Thank you for watching this video. I wanted to be crystal clear, perfectly transparent with you. And if you like this video, make sure to click on the like button and consider subscribing to my channel to see how they survived their first few months. And if you want to see more updates on them, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll leave it over here. It's I Talk to My Plants. And thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.